Hi everyone, my name is Caris. Welcome back to my corner of the internet where I talk about books and other things that I enjoy. And welcome to another weekend reading vlog. I can't believe this is my third week in a row doing one of these. I'm enjoying making them so much, so for as long as I can, I want to try and keep doing them. I'm just going to get straight into what I'm reading this weekend because it's very exciting. I've been waiting for this for a while now, and now that I finally have the final book in the series that I'm going to be reading, I can marathon them, and that is, of course, if I can pick them all up, the Heartstopper series by Alice Oseman. I got my hands on a copy of the 4th volume. If you saw last weekend's reading vlog, you'll know that Victoria from What Victoria Read very kindly sent me a copy my way, and I'm just so excited to revisit the first 3 and also dive into the new one as well. I think it's just what I need this weekend. I'm definitely in need of a bit of a mood booster at the moment. Not been feeling too great the past few days, so I'm hoping that this is going to be just like the cute, happy, positive vibes that I need. And then if I manage to finish all 4 of these, which I'm really hopeful for, I will then also be reading Nick and Charlie, which is the little novella. This is definitely going to be my next read anyway after all of these, but hopefully I'll be able to fit it into the course of this weekend. So yeah, it's about 11 on Saturday now. Today so far I've had my pancakes as usual on a Saturday, and I have finished reading Small Pleasures, which was the book that I was reading for a book club that I've got on Tuesday. I read a lot of that during my solo reading sprints last night, which were again so much fun. Thank you so much to everyone who joined in. And I had a little bit left, so I finished it this morning, put the audiobook on while I was making the pancakes and got it finished off. And I think I'm going to give it a 3 stars overall, but I will talk more about that one in my wrap up. And I'm just so glad that I finished it, so that now I can like focus purely on Heartstopper and good vibes this weekend. So I think I might sit down just for half an hour and see how I can get on with volume 1 of Heartstopper, how much of it I can get through, because I feel like if I can make a good dent in one of these graphic novels like first thing today, then it will just set me off on like the perfect footing for the rest of the weekend. Okay, so I've actually already finished volume 1. It only took me like half an hour. I know that these were quick, but I don't remember reading them this quickly the first time. Maybe I'm not paying as much attention to the little details in the artwork. Maybe when I get to the 4th one, I will like take that side of things in a bit more, but I was just like flying through the story, like devouring it. And I just forgotten how wholesome and how much joy these stories brought me. Just the way that Alice does things as well, with like the illustrations that really like manage to convey the feelings and the emotions and the sort of like tensions between the 2 characters, just immaculate. I loved it so much. So I know that others are longer, but I can't see one of these taking me more than an hour now, which is excellent news seeing as it's only midday on Saturday. I've already got through 1. I'm feeling positive about the rest of the weekend. I don't know if I'm going to move straight on to volume 2 like I want to, but I think I'm now going to think about what I want to film. So I may look like I haven't moved, and that is because after saying that I was going to go and film and do other things, I picked up volume 2 and just got sucked into it, and I've read the whole thing. I finished it. Again, super cute. Loved this one. This one has the Tara and Darcy mini story at the back, and I loved that. They are definitely 2 of my favourite characters in it. I love that this one sort of introduces them a lot more, and you get to know a lot more about Charlie's other friends. I think the first one is like a good introduction to the main characters in the series, and I feel like this one is a really good introduction to some of the side characters who I definitely think help make this series so special. Obviously like the main storyline between Nick and Charlie is fantastic, but I think it's the side characters that really help like make this world feel so full and just make the story extra heartwarming and special. So I am gonna move on to the 3rd one later, and now I'm thinking like maybe I'll get them all read today, and then obviously this vlog will have like other things in it as well, other books. If it wasn't already obvious from my previous vlogs that I like to bake to like de-stress, today would be proof of that. I have baked cookies. I've baked a peach upside down cake, and I'm going to cook like our actual dinner in a bit as well. I didn't actually film the process of me doing any of that, but the cookies are currently in the oven, and while they're baking, I'm gonna get on with starting volume 3. I can't wait any longer. It's been about 3 hours since I finished the second one, and I just want to dive into this. I think I will finish this one today as well, and then I'm not sure about the fourth one. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later today when I go to bed, just depending on how far I get with this now. But I just can't believe how quickly I'm flying through these. I feel like my reread of them has come at the perfect time. Like, I really needed this today. This like little self-care day. Gonna dive straight into this one now, and I can't wait to like virtually travel to Paris with Nick and Charlie and the rest of these characters. I think one of my favourite things about Heartstopper is when Tori just appears. I swear every time it's just like appear. Cute detail that she's reading Radio Silence. Although that book is about Affliate, who is also in this. So that's probably why she's looking so confused. Honestly, I think Darcy is one of my favourite characters. What an iconic moment. I can't wait for this in the TV show. Also, the teachers, iconic. This is definitely why the third volume of the ones that I've read, obviously I haven't read the fourth one yet, but this is definitely why I've always said that this one is my favourite. It's just got so many like funny moments in it, and I forgot how much I loved the teachers. I think they're so iconic. I just don't want to put it down. I'm loving it so much. Another volume of Heartstopper finished. Again, loved this one so much. I knew this one started to branch out into a storyline which involves eating disorders. I do wonder if that's going to be a big theme of the next one. The way this ended, I think it is. And I really like that while being like cute and fluffy and just lovely, it doesn't shy away from more serious topics as well. Honestly, this is what we love to see. It's like 1 in the morning. I've been sitting in my bed since like 10:30, just scrolling on my phone. And I'd fully intended to start and finish volume 4 tonight. And then it got to like 1:45, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna start it. And now I don't want to put it down, and I just want to fly through it. But also I feel like I should stop and just read it in the morning, because I'm going to be so tired if I read it now, and I can like properly savour it if I read it tomorrow. But I just also want to just fly through it. I love that the characters are all already back together, like the Paris squad. I love that, well, at least so far, they've included Sahar, who was like the girl who was friends with Tara and Darcy, in their room in Paris. So I wonder if she's going to be featured in this one more. I don't know, but I want to know. I'm just going to do a few more pages and then I'm going to put it down and pick it up and finish it tomorrow, because I can't spend like another hour, which I'm sure is all that it would take, but then it would be 2 and I really need to go to sleep. Happy Sunday, if anyone's wondering what I get woken up to every single day. This is it. Who does she think she is? As per every Sunday, I'm joining in with Shannon and Anna's chill Sunday morning reading sprints. During the sprints, I'm going to be reading Heartstopper. I did read about 50 pages of this last night, but I decided that I wanted to finish it off in the sprints today. I've got 20 minutes of the first one left. I don't think I'll finish it in that, but in the second one I think I definitely will. And then if I do finish it and don't go out for a run and want to like pick something else up, I'm going to start with Nick and Charlie. And I really think today I will be able to do both of these, and then I will be done. And I will have already read like 5 things this weekend, and I've still got all of tomorrow. I'm loving this one so far. It's so nice to dive into like a brand new story. As I said, really liking some of the new characters that are being introduced. I really like Sahar so far. That rhymes. And I also really appreciate the fact that the way that Alice has drawn her character, she's more of like a mid-size, plus-size character. And I just really appreciate the representation of that body type in this. I think these books portray diverse characters so well, so it's nice to see like another element of diversity being added to the story as well. But yeah, I'm gonna start reading now because I've got everyone on screen here. We've got 17 minutes left. This morning it's Shannon, Aoife and Anna. And I'm looking forward to reading with them this morning. We love a Valentina cameo. I feel like I look less greasy on camera than I do in real life. My hair needs a wash. Now I've pointed it out, it's going to be obvious, but we're just going to ignore that. It's a vlog, no one cares. The sprints are still ongoing, but I just came upstairs to get changed for the day, although I don't really know what we're going to be doing because the weather is appalling. Once again, I feel like we got all of our good luck for the weather last year, but I just came up to get changed because I finished Volume 4, loved it so much, 5 stars. I can't wait to see how the story is going to wrap up in the next version of the graphic novel. I also loved having read Alice's other books and the This Winter novella, seeing where that story and also the beginning of Solitaire like fit into this one. And obviously there's also hints to radio silence with Alid's character in the past couple of volumes of this as well. I love that, seeing how all these different worlds come together. Mental health is a very central storyline in this, in particular eating disorders and OCD. And I really liked the sections where different characters were talking about their experiences with that, whether they were the one going through it or the loved one of the person who was going through it. And I really appreciated Alice's focus on the message that you can be supportive to someone and that's like really important, but you can't be the person that like fixes them or cures them. Like, love isn't a cure, which is so often portrayed in media, probably less so more nowadays, but I feel like that has been quite a big trope that's been used in the past. So I really appreciated that this like didn't just steer away from that, but also made a point of explicitly saying like this is not healthy. As I've said before, I think Darcy's my favourite character. I also love Tori, but just all of the characters are just so lovely. And now it's time to read the final thing that was on my TBR for the weekend, Nick and Charlie. I can't believe that I'm going to finish this today. I know they're just graphic novels and I've obviously was going to get through them quickly, but I feel like I always set myself over ambitious plans in these vlogs and don't succeed. And I don't know if it's just because like I haven't really been leaving the house because the weather's been rubbish so far this weekend, but I really do think I will finish this today. This one is set quite a while after the end of the 4th volume because it deals with Nick going off to university, and in Volume 4 he's only just started 6th form, so it's like almost 2 whole years after that. So I'm really interested, having just read that, to like see their relationship 2 years down the line. And then after that I really don't know what I'm going to read next because I've got all of tomorrow as well. I guess when I finish Nick and Charlie we'll have a little look at the shelves together and pick something up new. Also, I always keep the books that I've read in the month on top of my bookcase so that they're just there for when I want to talk about them in my wrap up and don't have to pull them off the shelf. And look how satisfying this pile is. I mean, I know that all of this is graphic novels, but it's just so tall. I'm gonna have to move it or start a new pile after I've read the next one, I think, because I won't be able to fit much on top of here. And I'm just so happy with how well I've done so far. It's only the 16th, I've still got almost half the month left, and considering this took me like 2 weeks, I finished all of these really quickly, and now I'm feeling really optimistic because I've still got 2 weeks of the month left. Okay, I really am going out now, but the radio was on downstairs and it just happened to be like the musical hour that they do on a Sunday, and they played 6, they played 2 songs from 6, and I'm just gonna say, if you like 6, you might want to stay tuned for next weekend's vlog. That's all I'm saying. Come back next week. Again, I don't really feel like I've moved position since the last clip, but I have been out and done things, and I've also finished Nick and Charlie. So another book read this weekend. I'm smashing it, if I do say so myself. I really enjoyed this one. It was another really nice addition to the series. And I think reading it after reading Heartstopper was like the perfect timing for it. I didn't love it quite as much as the Heartstopper series. I just think the graphic novel format works so well for these because, as I think I mentioned before, Alice just has such a way with illustrations and being able to convey those emotions. And I actually think that the story sort of almost lends itself better to that than being written. And also this didn't have as much interaction with the other side characters. Nonetheless, I think I would still give it a 4 stars, and the graphic novels are like 5 stars for me, so still a really good pick. And I'm once again super grateful to Sylvie from the TBR Diaries for gifting me this one for my birthday. I've got to decide what I want to read next. I just don't know. So I've got these 2 books for a video that's coming up that I'm not going to say, but you will definitely be able to guess if you think about what is connecting these 2 books. But the first is How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Cherie Jones, and the second one is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. These are both library books, so I do need to get through them, and this one is due back first. So this will be like the next one that I read. but I just don't know if I'm feeling this today. I'm kind of thinking maybe I can use the rest of today and tomorrow to read something else, and then maybe pick this up starting from Tuesday as like my evening reads. Yeah, shall I have a look at my bookshelf? Should we go and take a look there together? I don't know why I'm saying that as if there's someone gonna answer me, because obviously I'm just gonna go and do it. Okay, let's go to my bookshelf. Okay, so these are all my unread books, and these ones up here, these ones, these ones, these, and these, and then these as well. Ever since having bought this last week, I really do want to read it, but I think I mentioned then that I want to do a vlog reading this, and also the new Sarah Bernard book where I get really nostalgic. I do have quite a lot of other unread YA books here, but then I also want to like start getting through the books that I got recently. Why is decision making so difficult? Right, after staring at my shelf for what feels like half an hour, I've decided that I'm going to go with Red at the Bone by Jacqueline Woodson as my next read, and hopefully like I can get this done across today and tomorrow, but I'm not going to make any promises or say that and commit to that, because this is where things start to go downhill. But this is less than 200 pages, and the writing on the page is quite like spaced out, and there's also like pages, like blank pages in it as well, where there's like the end of the one chapter, the start of the next one. This was listed for the Women's Prize last year, so that's quite interesting. All I know about it is that it's set in 2001 in Brooklyn, and I just am really feeling something that's set in the early 2000s. I don't know if it's going to be nostalgic. The blurb says, Brooklyn 2001. Watched lovingly by her relatives and friends, 16-year-old Melody celebrates her coming of age wearing a custom-made dress. The very same dress that was sewn for Melody's mother for a celebration that ultimately never took place. Unfurling the history of Melody's family from the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre to post-9/11 New York, Red at the Bone explores sexual desire, race, class, and the life-altering facts of parenthood as it looks at the ways in which young people must so often make fateful decisions about their lives before they have even begun to figure out who they are and what they want to be. So I'm very interested to delve into this and see how all these different threads come together, and see how like the family element of this is explored. Wow, I literally have to sink right down into this chair to get in shot, but I can't be bothered to move the camera now that I've put it there, so this is the angle that we're gonna go with. But hi, I thought I would check in because it's about 2 on Monday now, and I know I haven't spoke to the vlog today. I've been out for a run and like had a shower and stuff, and I just feel like the combination of all those things has helped me to feel a little bit better. I don't know if it's going to have come across in the vlog, but the past couple of days have not been great for me, just like mentally. So I'm definitely glad to be feeling a bit better today. And other than the run, I literally haven't done anything today, but it's been quite nice, you know, to just have a bit of a chilled out day, not put pressure on myself to do anything, because I do love making to-do lists and ticking things off and being productive, but then I feel like that can also be really toxic, and sometimes it's just good to have a day where you haven't really got any agenda. So I did actually start this yesterday before I went to bed, and I have read a little bit today as well, and I'm already up to page 79, and I'm really enjoying this so far. It starts out with Melody, who is 16, at her like coming of age party, I guess it is. And then it sort of is just told in snippets from the different members of her family. It sort of jumps around in time as well, so you'll have like a snippet from her mom when she found out that she was pregnant, and like her life around that time. And you've got a couple of points from her grandparents' point of views as well, her dad's point of view. And it's just a really interesting portrayal of family and how sort of everything that's happened in the past has led up to this moment, and to making Melody like who she is. And as the blurb mentions, it also deals with conversations surrounding class and race, and I feel like those topics are going to be sort of more heavily explored as we move forward for the rest of the book. There's not a lot of plot, it is definitely a character exploration, and I'm just finding it really fascinating. The writing style as well is definitely the sort of writing style that I enjoy. It's the sort of writing style that it doesn't say a lot, but it says a lot. Does that make sense? Like, there's not like great big long paragraphs of description or thoughts or feelings, but it doesn't need that. It says what it says in such a concise and like well-crafted way that it manages to convey such a huge range of like emotions in such a small amount of words. I hope that I can finish this today, to be honest, because I have been reading it very quickly, and I finished it. It's about 7 p.m. still on Monday, and I finished it. I cannot believe it. I've read not only this entire book, but also 4 graphic novels and Nick and Charlie all in the space of 3 days. What? This is definitely the most productive reading weekend I have had in such a long time. In terms of Read at the Bone, I loved this. I talked about most of my thoughts on it in the last clip, so I won't repeat them here. I just love the way that this explored so many different topics while also having this family really central to the story. And as I think I said before, how the author manages to just evoke these emotions, it was definitely an emotional read in places. I don't know what I'm going to rate it. I'm going to sit with it a bit longer, I think, because at the moment I'm thinking maybe a 4.5. But the way I feel having just finished it is very similar to the way that I felt having just finished Love After Love by Ingrid Prasad, in the sense that it took me a little bit to get into, but I know that this is going to be a book that stays with me and I'm going to keep thinking back to, and I'm going to have these characters and their journey with me for a very long time. And I think that that's a real testament to this book, especially in the fact that it's so short, that it's going to manage to have that impact with me. Obviously, I can't say for certain, but I would be very surprised if it didn't, because I felt this exact way after finishing Love After Love, and I still think about that book like every day. And I initially rated that 4.5 stars. But now if you asked me what my favourite book of the year so far was, I would probably name that, and in my head it's a 5-star, even though like I instantly gave it a 4.5. So I'm not sure, and like ratings are so arbitrary anyway, so I'm not just gonna like put a number on this at the moment. I'm gonna think on it some more. Other than that though, I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here. I know I've still got a few hours left of Monday, but I'm not gonna be doing anything. I've got a pan of food simmering away downstairs, so I need to get back to cooking. So I'm just gonna wrap this up. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you will all watch next weekend's reading vlog, because I think that one's gonna be like the best one that I've done so far, and I'm just so excited for what I'm going to be doing in it. You can probably already guess because I've given some hints throughout this video. Do let me know in the comments what you've been reading this week, or just leave me an emoji to let me know that you watched the video. Other than that though, I hope you're all keeping safe and staying well, and I will see you again next time. Bye!